Welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Thank you for joining us again on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And you can find out so much more by going to donandgino.com, donandgino.com. Click on the YouTube channel. You want to see some great interviews like we're doing today with Bob Keller. We have over 1,700 YouTube videos now with interviews with college planners, trust attorneys, financial planners, updates from Bob Keller himself, real estate updates. We have national speakers, all kinds of great stuff. In fact, we even now have Interview with the Giants. We're starting to interview some of the top professionals around the nation, trying to inspire you and always give back, and that's what we do. And that's why we have Mr. Bob Keller on the show again today, backed by Popular Man, because Bob is one of the biggest givers I've seen in our city now for, 45, 50 years.
That's what you kind of you to say, Don. Thank you very much.
Well, it's a fact. It's a fact. And we appreciate it because your schedule's slammed. I see you at every event, besides all the other stuff you got to do for the town. And you run a real estate company called Keller
I'm not
Davis.
sure if I run the real estate company or the real estate company runs me. I just...
Well, then that means your experience, because that's the way our industry is. It's a
right.
very dynamic industry.
Yep.
It's not for everybody, but those of us that have been doing it as long, obviously we love what we do, though. I mean,
Sure.
There's nothing like handing the keys to someone, whether it's their first home or their next home. Isn't that true?
And, particularly when you have first-time buyers, young couples, something like that, they are so excited to get their first home. And it is a joy. Absolutely, it is a joy to work with everybody. But you really see the young people light up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, literally, home ownership is the American dream. I mean, we even have a lot of people move to this country so they can buy their own home. They have that opportunity to buy a home, get it, start their own business, whatever it is. That's why it's the melting pot. But I've never handed the keys to someone. I'm sure you haven't. That went, oh, I wish I didn't do that. They're excited as all get out. So
you bet.
Let's jump on that a little bit, because right now we were talking a little bit about Newhall land coming that's going to help with some additional inventory down the road. It's not happening tomorrow. Believe me, it's not like a Monopoly where you just set the pieces down. This will take some time, but right now we do have a shortage, inventory shortage, which is pushing prices up. And the one thing I wanted to go over with you and get your opinion, because you're very experienced too and very patient, in the fact that a lot of you out there, unfortunately, are going to feel that you're going to hear over and over and over how hot the market is, and that, hey, if the market's that hot, A, maybe I'll just sell it myself, or B, I can get a exorbitant price for my home. I don't think either of those are great advice.
Well, and I absolutely agree with you. One thing, for folks that say, well, I can just sell it myself, and they can. And it should. And by the way, I absolutely respect that. That's the way it should be. I mean, this is America. We make choices and decisions here. But the only thing that I would advise is somewhere in this discussion, they do need to be sure, because even though you sell your home yourself, okay, there are a lot of disclosures and things that must be completed properly in selling a home. And you can't say, well, I didn't have a real estate agent, so I didn't know it.
Right. That liability still lies on you.
You have got to be sure that you fill out all of the proper paperwork that is required by law, and just make sure it happens so you're protected.
So disclosures and being protected is huge. I think number one, with why you want to hire a professional that then takes on that on your behalf. But there's a lot of things you don't think about when you try to go sell your home. One, are you handling your own open houses? How are you getting people to that house? How do you market that house? Do you have resources like MLS where everybody looks for the home? There's a lot of ways that you think that you can just put a sign on your front yard and sell your home, but there's a lot more to it.
There is indeed. And the same holds true on the buying side. There's a lot of homework to be done when you buy a home. You want to make sure what are the conditions of that home. And even with experts, and I will say, I mean, we've got literally thousands of people working in the real estate industry out here, but I'm telling you, you can plan out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, we're going to make sure that we hit all bases, and something slips through the cracks.
Right.
I mean, it's not a perfect world, But I'm telling you, there'll be a lot more slipping through the cracks if you really do not know what you're doing. By when you go out here and buy a property, you've got to do your due diligence. Critically important.
Well, how many times I know, both of us being in the industry almost 30 years apiece, there's things that we now see as red flags before anybody else does. We know how to protect people from it, how to inform them, prepare them, and help them avoid and navigate around some of those challenges.
Exactly.
And that's really what a professional does.
And it not only saves you a lot of headaches, it saves you a lot of money.
Yes. Well, and the statistics, we see the statistics as we do on the National Real Estate Cafe, Bob, that a person that sells their home in most cases will get 9% less if they sell it themselves versus using a real estate agent. So, wait, you're trying to save 5 to 6%, but you sell it for 9% less. I don't think you net out very well.
That's not good math.
That's not good math.
That's not good math.
So we're just letting you know, please reach out to a real estate professional, and it'll also help you get your offer accepted. If you're on your own, maybe you're not seeing all the homes that are available. Maybe you're not having somebody negotiate on your behalf. Maybe you aren't pre-approved with a lender that they trust and know is going to get the job done, or work with a real estate professional that they know is going to get the job done. And I know Bob Keller, you get the job done, and your team over at Keller Davis does a great job over there.
Thank you very much. We certainly work hard at it.
All right, so we'll dive in back to Bob, the councilman/mayor. A lot of changes going on. Great stuff going on in downtown Newhall, huh?
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh, my goodness.
We've got so much on our plate right now, but it's all good stuff. With downtown Newhall, I mean, the whole community, if you've been in that area at all over at Lyons and Railroad, you see that parking structure. I can't believe how fast this thing has been put up.
I know. That's why I'm like, wow. We'll be watching movies there by Christmas.
It seemed like I was at the groundbreaking for that parking structure literally last week, although I know it's been at least 3 months ago. But they're wrapping that up. And as a matter of fact, all part of that development is retail and the new Lindley Theater, which is going to be just to the north of that parking structure. So it'll set between the parking structure and Lyons. It's all part of that project. And that Lindley Theater, I will tell you, I have not personally ever been to one. But when this whole concept came to our city council meeting, it was an incredible outpouring from community members coming out, and they want that theater. It's a unique form of theater and very, very popular, very successful, and we're going to have one here. As a matter of fact, the groundbreaking for the Lindley Theater is going to be on Thursday, October 12th at 10 a.m. And, of course, anything of that nature is always open to the public. So I encourage people, if you want to kind of get excited about something, come on over to
That's worth
a
getting
groundbreaking.
excited about. I think that's awesome. I'm looking forward to the theater. And all the changes, all the restaurants, because I know there's new restaurants being developed there. Right. There's a lot of plans for that. I mean, that's a one-stop. Now it's a destination. You go there and you can go to movies, you go to restaurants. There's so much to do there now.
Oh, and I want to throw something out if I can on that, talking about Newhall, and I know our time is limited, but I get excited about this one. And that is, mark your calendars, November the 18th, that's a Saturday night at about 7 o'clock. You got to gather up the family and go to downtown, Old Town Newhall, because that is the night that we will be turning on the lights for Christmas.
Oh, excellent. I'm a Christmas junkie.
We have been doing this now, I think we're in our 5th or 6th year. But I'm telling you, we get thousands of people down there. And it's so exciting to have so many of our families and citizens coming out for when we throw the switch for those Christmas lights. And it's just a magnificent...
I think Don and Gino are going to have to borrow you, and we're going to have to do some interviews and video all that when we go down there.
Oh, you'd have a blast.
Yeah, I think that's a good time.
It's a great time.
Well, always a great time having you on the show, Bob. Always sorry to see you go, because you always bring great information and just your passion and heart and all you do for our city. We really appreciate it, buddy.
Well, thank you very much, and I will make just one addition. We're not done yet either.
And how do they get a hold of you if somebody wants a good-hearted, good professional to help them with their real estate needs? I know you and your office does a great job. How can they get a hold of?
Well, thank you very much. Obviously, we're in a 661 area code. We have offices, 2 of them in Newhall and 1 of them in Canyon Country, which is our largest office. And you can reach us by 299-5570.
All right. Thank you again, Bob, for being such a great friend of our show, and we appreciate your time, buddy.
I'm looking forward to coming back.
Keep up the great job. Thank you.